In the name of Almighty One God, who is most merciful and compassionate. My name is Dr. Abu Abdullah and we are learning Al-Quran, the last revelation which is unchanged since it was revealed 1400 years ago. Today we will be discussing of chapter AlHmazah, the slanders. AlHmazah, slanders in English. This chapter or surah was revealed at Makkah and is one of the early surah. Major issue, divine line guidance. The slanderer, defamer, and stingy shall be thrown into blazing fire. This surah condemns the evils which are prevalent among the materialistic hoarders of wealth. After stating this kind of ugly character, the ultimate end of such a people in the hereafter is told. Both of these things, in bracket the character and the one's fate in the hereafter, are depicted in a way which makes the listener reach the convulsions that such a man deserves to meet such an end. And since in the world people of such character may not suffice and appear to be thriving instead, the occurrence of the hereafter becomes absolutely inevitable. If this chapter is read in the sequence from the surah beginning with the Al-Zilzilah, one can fully understand the fundamental beliefs of Islam. In surah Al-Zilzilah, which means earthquake, shaking, it was said that in the hereafter man's full record will be placed before him, and not an atom's weight of good or evil done by him in the world will have been left unrecorded. In Surah Al-Hadid, attention was driven to the plunder, loot, bloodshed, and vandalism prevailing in Arabic before Islam. Then making the people realize that the way the powers given by Allah were being abused was indeed an expression of sheer ingratitude to Him which deserves punishment. In Surah Al-Qariyah, after depicting the resurrection, the people were warned that in the hereafter a man's good or evil end will be dependent on whether the scale of his good deeds was heavier or the scale of his evil deeds was heavier. In Surah Al-Takasur, the people were taken to task for their materialistic mentality, because of which they remained occupied in seeking increase in worldly benefits, pleasures, comforts, and position. They were warned that they would have to render an account to their Rabb and Sustainer as to how they obtained it and how they used it. In Surah Al-Asr, it was declared that each member, each group, and each community of mankind, even the entire world, was in manifest loss if its members were devoid of faith, righteous deeds, and the practice of exhorting others to truth and patience. Immediately after this comes Surah Al-Hamazah, this one, in which after presenting a specimen of leadership of the pre-Islamic age of ignorance, the people are asked the questions, what should have character deserve if not loss and perdition? Now we narrate verses. Woe to every slanderer and backbiter who amasses wealth and keeps on counting it. He thinks that his wealth will make him lost forever. By no means, he shall be thrown into the hutama, what would make you understand what is Hutama? It is the fire of Allah kindled to blaze, which shall rise right to the hearts, closing its upon them from every side in outstretched columns. These are the verses from 1 to 9 of this chapter, and here are described the slender, defamer, and stingy shall be thrown into blazing fire. Please keep watching my channel, Dr. Abu Abdul.